In today's Reddit cheating story, OP is torn between staying with her husband or running away with a new guy who has taken her heart. To find out how this story ends, get yourself a coffee and grab a bowl of popcorn so we can get into it.
I've been seeing Michael, my affair partner, for 4.5 years. He's single, has never married, and doesn't have any kids. I've even met his family and friends, and we'd see each other a few times a week for several hours at a time. We have similar hobbies, which we do together all the time, gone on short vacations together, and I've spent several nights with him. We've seen each other at our worst, even to the point of me throwing up in his car. What we have is real love. We genuinely care about each other deeply. My husband and I had a strict religious upbringing. We're engaged 6 weeks after our first date and got married 3.5 months after we got engaged. I never had butterflies with him, and we didn't go through the stage of infatuation. And if I'm being honest, I've never truly loved him. I know that the initial feelings of being head over heels in love with someone fades over time, but I never had those feelings with my husband. I've always kept a journal so I can look back at my entries where I wrote about how I didn't feel like I was in love with him, and how I wish that I had these types of feelings for him, so I know I'm not rewriting history. The way I feel about Michael is unlike anything I ever felt with my husband, and I'd be devastated if I lost it, and I wouldn't want to go the rest of my life without it. My husband's a good person, and there isn't anything wrong with him, but the love I have for him is different than what I feel for Michael. We also have some personality traits that just don't go well together. Nothing that's unhealthy. It's just that we don't match that well in some areas, which can sometimes be frustrating. On its own, this wouldn't be a deal breaker for our relationship, but I'm just much more compatible with Michael. It would be difficult to leave my marriage because of our 2 teenage kids. Fear of the unknown, housing, finances, and my husband and I have been together for my entire adult life, so there's a level of comfort and familiarity with him. It would be sad to break up our little family, especially when our marriage isn't really bad. I mean, we don't even fight or anything. It's difficult to imagine being with my husband for the rest of my life, not feeling a deep love or connection with him as we're just going through the motions. To be honest, it feels like we are more like best friends than romantic partners.
This has to be one of the most selfish things I have ever read. I don't care whether OP wants to be with this new guy or not. She should leave her husband, because nobody deserves to be treated in such a way. It's absolutely disgusting that she would take away his consent. If she did choose to stick around just because she feels safe, it's totally unfair to force her partner to live a lie. While she may not be in love with her husband, she could at least show him some respect, and if she isn't happy, let him go so he can find someone who will be happy with him. This story disgusted me on so many levels, but let's check out some of the comments.
Sarah Fox says, "This is so black and white to me, there isn't even a doubt. Who cares if you have kids or not? Spend your short time on this planet with someone who makes you happiest. I wouldn't want my partner staying with me out of fear or pity." Squished Walrus says, "I didn't read your whole post, but isn't it kind of a selfish move to go no contact with Michael while you sort things out or whatever? And you assume that he's just waiting." Broken Bastard says, "I'm in the same boat. It's hard to give up the known when it's not bad for something just because you caught feelings. Feelings can fade. Anger, sadness, and love all fade. Compatibility is more important, and that's hard to gauge when you're with an affair partner because it's only in short bursts, hidden and heightened, because of the affair dynamics. Every situation is different, but the crux of the dilemma is the same."
Honestly, I hope that OP lets her husband go, so that he doesn't continue to have his agency and consent stolen from him. While breaking up a marriage isn't easy and can make life hard for all those involved, to me, there's something truly disgusting about forcing your partner to stick around in a relationship where they're not truly loved or respected. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Coffee and Popcorn, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.